All right, so today we'll cover making the most of your PCV's business advising experience. So first, thank you for being here, taking the time of your day to join our webinar. Like I said earlier, if you have any questions throughout our presentation, then please don't hesitate in writing them down in the chat. So today's agenda is how business advising works, mentorship expectations, how to make the most of your PCV's business advising experience, some resources we have available for you, other ways to get involved, and then any questions you have, we'll answer them at the end. All right, so to begin, first, you as a small business owner will complete an online enrollment application, basically capturing the most important things. So the history of your business, what your goals are, and what your challenges have been as well. And this part is really important to complete because as we start matching you with an advisor, this is what the advisor will see, and this is how they will decide if it would be a good fit for them. You will also have the opportunity to check the advisor's profile to also see if it's a good fit for you. So the more thorough that you complete this part, the better. So after you complete your online application, you will then schedule an onboarding call with one of our relationship managers. So this is just to, we'll read over your profile, and this is just to make sure that we understand what your challenges and your goals are. So sometimes we've seen that people may put a lot of different challenges that they've been through with a lot of different goals. So this phone call will really have us focus on your most prioritized need. So, if you put that you needed marketing, finance, and HR, in this phone call, you will let us know if you want to focus on which one you want to focus on first. So after that phone call, our team will use a sophisticated matching algorithm to identify the best pairing, and we will facilitate the match. So we will send a match proposal first to the advisor, and then, like I said earlier, the advisor will check your profile, check our reasoning for why we believe will be a good match. And then if they accept, an email will be sent to you to also review the match proposal and check their profile and decide if it's a good match for you. So if you both decide that it will work, then you both will schedule a time to have your kickoff call. And you both will communicate on which date works for y'all, and if you want to meet through phone call or through a video call. So the most important part of this process is the surveys that we will be sending out. And I can go over it a little bit later, but this is just an overview of everything. So like I said earlier, after your onboarding call, the next thing that you will see is a match proposal email from us. So it'll be titled, "Congratulations from PCV, you've been matched." And here's an example of how yours will look like. So you'll have the chance to see their profile, to see their skills, their work history, and you'll also be able to read sort of our thoughts. All of the advisors also go through an onboarding call with us, so we also have a background view of their skills. So if there's something that wasn't written on their profile, we will include it in the match proposal of why we believe it's a good match. So advisors are sounding boards and thought partners. And this is not a program where you come and you would expect the advisor to do everything for you. We sort of like to see this relationship more as like a coach, let's say in the football world, a coach and the football player. The football player is still really good, and the coach is just there to sort of guide them and give them the best perspective, I guess. So yeah, that's sort of how this program is. Yeah. So from the advisors, we require that they have available between 3 to 5 hours per month for the partnership. I know life happens, so this is very flexible too. Sometimes we see during the holiday season or any season that's really busy that people meet for 3 hours or 2 hours instead of the regular 5 hours a month. And that's totally okay. What we just ask of you is to really just continue to have that open communication with your advisor and your relationship manager. And the important part as well is you drive the mentorship. So we would expect for you to be the one to give that advisor the first phone call during that kickoff call, and to really be proactive in the mentorship. Come to the meetings prepared. Once you enroll in our program, we will give you a mentorship handbook. So it'll give you sort of a guide as to how you can guide your mentorship. So you don't have to stick with it, but it's just sort of a template for you to have. Also really important, we have a code of conduct that we're really intentional of. And especially just PCV has a zero tolerance policy for racist or sexist views exhibited. And in this link, you'll be able to see more of it. And like I said earlier, the surveys are key to us. It's sort of how we get our chance to be updated on your mentorship. So after you have your kickoff call with your advisor, you'll be sent a survey immediately the next day. And it's a short 5-minute survey, probably 5 minutes is maximum. It'll just ask basic questions like, were you able to meet? What topic did you go over? If you could rate it 1 to 5, and if you have any additional comments. So this is just for us to know that you did meet. And if you didn't, if you at least got in contact with them to reschedule. And if you did meet, if you both had really good connection, it's good for us to make sure that we made a good match between you two. And in the case that we didn't, let us know and let us know why, because the more that we know why it didn't match, then the better that we can match you with another advisor. And then after that first kickoff survey, you'll be sent a survey monthly. So again, it'll ask basic questions, but a bit more thorough. So how many hours did you meet for the month? Let us in on some updates on what you worked on during that month. What are you guys working for the next month? If you have any comments, this is your chance to also let us know. Any concerns or anything that you want to celebrate. We also love to highlight our small businesses. So the more that you let us in and we see the progress that you made and how much you've grown in our newsletters, we love to promote your business and letting people in of the success of your mentorship.
And going on to making the most of your experience, whether it is your first mentorship or your 10th, we always ask you to, as Jimena mentioned earlier, arrive prepared to your meetings, have an agenda so that way you can maximize your time together. It's not so much about the quantity, how much time you spent together, but the quality of that time. So if you're arriving prepared, you have an action plan, you'll be able to make the most of those meetings. And celebrating milestones. Sometimes it could just be, maybe getting a P&L together and it's something you hadn't done, takes a lot of effort, or even just something else, setting up your website, whatever it may be, making sure that you recognize your efforts and celebrate it along the way with your advisor and letting us know through the survey. So we, again, as Jimena mentioned, we definitely love seeing the progress and whatever you have to share with us. And then sharing pertinent information with your advisor. And in doing so, try to find secure ways to share information. We know that we live in a day and age where um, the internet, it's very accessible in many ways. So if there's something that you would like to password protect, that's a conversation you could have with your advisor. What would be the best way for the two of you to communicate and share those documents? And again, the theme throughout is communication is key, both from your advisor and for you, your relationship manager. And the key person behind all of this, working the magic, is you, the business owner, making sure that you're communicating your needs, whether it's with your advisor, you need to change the cadence of your meetings, or you prefer to meet in a different way, whether it's a phone call, a video call, or through email. Just making sure everything is very clear because people are not mind readers. And as your relationship manager, letting them know what's working, what's not working, because they could also help if you're not sure how to approach a certain topic with your advisor also. And then closing out the meeting, at the end of the meeting, we will just follow up with a survey asking how things are going, and if you would like to connect with another advisor. So there is the option to work with more than one advisor, but typically if you're going one by one, at the end, we'll check in like, hey, if you're interested or you have another business need, let us know. We'll be more than happy to connect you with someone else. And then additional resources, Jimena mentioned earlier, we have our mentorship toolkit. There is a Q&A section, a lot of information really to guide you through your mentorship, through our business advising program. But we also have some other resources. We have our webinar calendar whenever we host a webinar through PCV, whether it's from the business advising team, our lending team, or even other partner organizations. We go ahead and we share this with you also when you join us, you onboard. Um, there's also our YouTube page where we will be posting this webinar recording in addition to other recordings that we may have that could be a resource to small business owners. And if you have difficulty with the platform, there is a support center for Everwise. That's the name of the platform. Whether it's signing in or whatever it may be, some additional help there. And in order to help build that community amongst entrepreneurs, we do have a Facebook group for small business owners that are a part of the business advising program. And within Everwise, again, the platform, if you want to see who's your relationship manager, every small business owner has a dedicated relationship manager. If you go over to the path section, you'll notice towards the bottom left corner, you will see who that person is that you're working with. And this is also a great resource in addition to seeing who's your relationship manager. There are also articles, you could schedule meetings with your advisor through here, take notes, just kind of exploring the page. You'll be able to find more information and make the most use of this resource. And as mentioned earlier, we do have our YouTube page where we'll post this recording in addition to other videos that we may have on different topics. And other ways to get involved. So we do have some small business owners that they go through the business advising program. They're receiving that mentorship, and some people want to give back either through hosting a session, a webinar kind of like this, where it's by an entrepreneur for entrepreneurs, just participating in the community board that's hosted through Everwise. Some people are pretty active. They'll post a question and different people could contribute to answer that question, and becoming an advisor yourself. That is the best part because you live this, right? You know what it's like to be an entrepreneur and you're able to put yourself in the shoes of the person that you're connecting with. So if that's something that you're interested, it'll be a similar process to when you joined as a small business owner, but we'll more so learn about your skills and how you want to use those skills to help other small business owners. And then just the team, another resource. So our program manager is Daniel Wada, and then you see Jimena and I, as well as Cara as the associates, and then the people that you will connect with directly, the relationship managers. And does anyone have any questions? I'm checking the chat and our Q&A box. All right, if there are no questions, here at the end, you could see our contact information. We will follow up with an email so that way you still, if questions don't come up right now, but maybe they come up later on, you could still reach out to us, or if you're already in the program, you could reach out to your relationship manager and ask them directly also. With that, I want to give all of you a big thanks for joining us today. Again, we have so many resources we're excited to share. And if you have any other questions, curiosities, please don't hesitate to contact us. We hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.